I got some good news and I got some bad news. I think I'm going to start with the bad news because I just like to rip off the plaster first. The bad news is that my Canon 70D, the camera that I used to take the most beautiful shots, the one with all the lenses, is broken. The part where the lens actually fits onto is not working. Something's wrong with it. I'm going to take it to photographic repairs right now to see what I can do to get it fixed. Hopefully we can get it fixed today because I want to shoot some of the good news. But let's hit the road. They've taken the body in. Let's have a look and see what the technician has to say. Hopefully it's not too expensive. Alright, so here's the problem with the camera. One of these pins is completely damaged, and it was all thanks to this 50mm that was damaged. So tomorrow hopefully it'll be done. Bye.
(10:07). Please have your Woolworths and My School cards ready.
Alright, so I'm glad that is relatively inexpensive and it's repairable. I was really worried the camera was going to be repaired, and the fact that it's going to be repaired by tomorrow, hallelujah. Anyway, I forgot to show you guys my Fortnite t-shirt. Check this out. I got this from Insomnia. Before I start editing, I want to talk to you guys about the Aorus X5 V8. It is... put your seatbelts on. I hope you're ready for this. So if you've been watching my videos for a while, you might have seen that I generally use a MacBook. One of the reasons I use a MacBook Pro is that the guys I work with, like Casper, they use MacBook Pros, and it's just kind of become the de facto standard for editing, making videos. But at the same time, I think that there are some serious hardware limitations. It's extremely expensive. Mac to me is kind of this like workhorse, but what happens if I want to work and play, especially now that I'm traveling a lot? Being able to play games on the road is important to me. I went to go play Fortnite with the guys. So taking the Aorus X5 V8 to their place in London was mind-blowing. It's got a GTX 1070 with 8 gigs of GDDR5 RAM, which is insane for its size. It's got an 8th gen Intel Core i7 processor that's overclocked in a notebook. That's mad. It's got a 15.6 inch full HD screen running at 1080p with 144 hertz. The hertz for a screen is extremely important. It prevents any kind of screen tearing, which is when you look around the screen like splits. And running at such a high hertz is important for gaming because it adds extra frames, or at least it feels like they're added extra frames. It's a lot smoother. It's smoother than real life, so when you play a game like Batman, it's more responsive. That was one of the games that I noticed it on, but everything runs a lot smoother. Fortnite particularly. It looks like you've upped the performance of the GPU to include those frames, when actually the display is the bottleneck. This is like super important. A lot of people don't know this, but your graphics card might be really well sufficient, but you don't have a great screen. This has an incredible screen that's built in. Just another reason why you might want a notebook over a desktop PC. And back on that screen tearing thing, it also includes G-Sync, which is NVIDIA's GeForce solution to screen tearing, and it works with the screen. Usually you need to get a G-Sync screen and a GeForce card. It's got both, so built in. So that screen tearing is optimized and a thing of the past. If you guys want to check out the Aorus X5 V8 for yourself, I'm going to include a link in the description below. Go click on that and let me know what you think of gaming notebooks. Are they something that you want to get? I personally find them extremely important in my line of work. Being on the road, I'm going to be going to TEDx at the end of the month. I'll let you guys in on that a little bit later, but having a machine that I can play games on, travel with, and is extremely powerful because video editing requires high-end graphics cards as well. Maybe this is something you should be checking out. I'm really impressed. Watch out for some live streams when the fiber happens.